So the first thing we're going to make today is we're going to marinate the chicken for the chicken skewers or chicken kebabs. So first thing I'm going to put in is I've got a dash of wine going in with the cube chicken. I'm going to put some salt and some pepper, just very basic to start with. The pepper. So we've got wine, we've got salt. I use the special coriander, rose and lemon salt, but obviously just use any salt, and pepper to start off. Me and Nick, quite often we don't really cook with measurements, we just go by what we think looks the right amount, but if you're in doubt, do a teaspoon of each thing. I'm now putting in a bit of paprika, a spoon of cheap garlic or garlic paste is the best thing. Fresh garlic's quite good to use, but this is nice and easy. Chuck that in. I'm going to put a little bit of ground coriander in. You could put ground coriander, you could put fresh coriander. Go. I am going to put some mixed herbs. Can also use fresh herbs, obviously, if you've got them in the garden. We quite often pick our rosemary, we've got a lot of that. And I'm going to put a dash of cumin powder, or ground cumin. I'm going to add some chilli flakes. Obviously it depends if you like it hot or not. Me and Nick quite like spicy food. Add some chilli flakes in there. Not too many, but just to give us that kick. And then I'm just going to stir it all around. And marinating something is as simple as that, but it's good to marinate it at least an hour before you're cooking it to let all the flavours soak in. If not, marinate it the morning of or the night before to really let those flavours soak in. And there you have it, marinated chicken. So my chicken is all nicely marinated. I'm now going to skewer it to go on the barbecue. When you skewer your chicken, just make sure it goes nice and firmly on there to about 2/3 of the way down. We're going to make these nice wholesome kebabs. We've got wooden skewers. Nick and I are definitely going to make a purchase of some nice metal kebab skewers at some point to use on our barbecue, something that's probably way overdue. And that is one skewered chicken.
Hi there, so I'm Nick and this is going to be some scallops wrapped in bacon and skewered, ready to go on the barbecue for later. First thing I'm going to start is with some beautiful Shetland scallops. Now these have got the roe on. You can choose to have roe on, roe off. We actually prefer to have the roe off, so it's very easy just to first and foremost chop those bits of roe off. Now Cat Bruno is going to get a little bit of a treat tonight with those. So it's dead simple, just nipping those little bits off. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Next thing I'm going to do is actually season the scallops, which again I'm going to use something really simple. Just a nice pinch of black pepper and some nice French sea salt. Give those a little bit of a swish around, spin them round, make sure all nice and evenly coated. So that's your scallops. Next thing I'm going to do is I've already cut some strips of bacon. So for these 6 scallops I've used 3 rashers of bacon, cut the fat off at the top, split it down the middle so we can wrap it round. The reason for using bacon is for flavour, and also the fat content helps keep the scallop nice and moist. So what we'll do is pop them in and wrap it round. And we put them on the plate here, like so. Like that. And like that one. And like that one. Obviously you can do these in advance as well, so if you're having having people around for a barbecue once lockdown's done, you can actually do this all in advance. Again, the longer you do a bit of seasoning and stuff, the better, because it actually increases the flavour on whatever you're using, maybe scallops, or you could do the same principle. You could do it with some monkfish tail, you could do it with some squid, there's multiple things. Right, so I'm just going to important thing as well along the way, washing your hands when you're handling different foods. Okay, cool. So the next thing we need to do is actually skewer them so we can sit them ready to rest before we actually barbecue in a little bit. Sorry, just got a quick drink. So another top tip, if you're using wooden skewers, key thing is to soak them in some water. The reason for this is to stop them actually burning, because otherwise they'll just literally burn to a crisp when you put them onto the barbecue. So literally do 2 skewers with 3 scallops in each. Very, very simple, all the way through. And then again, the next one, all the way through. And then the third one, all the way through. There's one. And then the same process. And the ideal thing is to keep the bacon around the outside of the scallop, so you don't lose all that lovely bacon flavour. So that's like that. And then the third one is like that. So there we go, we have our 2 skewers. And the last thing I'm going to do is just get it to basically keep the scallop fresh. So it's almost like when you do a ceviche scallop, so you cook it raw. You don't cook it raw, but with a little bit of lemon. Now, top tip again is with lemon, obviously we've got the pips. To stop the pips going all over your food, if you're putting them in a salad or over any food, is if you basically cup your hand and squeeze, the juice will go all over the food you're wanting to put it over, and the pips result in your hand. And that is your scallops wrapped in bacon.
So the next thing we're going to make is lamb koftas. What I've got on the board here to show you is I've got some freshly chopped onion really finely, all ready to do. I've got fresh herbs from the garden, which is my mint and oregano, nice and chopped finely, and a nice fresh red chilli. We kept the seeds in because, me and Nick love spicy stuff, but if you didn't, you could take the seeds out, or if you even wanted it less spicy than that, you could just put a little bit of chilli powder in. But spice is great, so yeah, try it. Okay, so I am going to put those ingredients in a minute. I've got some nice lamb mince here for my koftas. I'm going to get my hands into this meal because it needs to be really nice and mixed together. So first thing I'm going to put in is I'm going to put in all those prepped veg. I'm going to put in the chilli, the mint and the oregano, and the onion. I'm just going to wait and mix everything in at the end. I'm just going to put it all in there together. Okay, what else goes in lamb koftas? We're putting a spoon of garlic, our cheap garlic again, we love that stuff. We are going to put some black pepper. This is already ground black pepper. I'm going to use the coriander, rose and lemon salt again. Obviously if you don't have that, just use normal salt. It is kind of a speciality salt, to be fair. Cheers for Mum for buying that for us. Some ground cumin, nice heaped teaspoon, and some ground coriander. Gonna then mix that all together with my hands. Yes, I know some people don't like getting their hands dirty or having raw meat on their hands, but really if you've washed your hands properly, it's fine, and wash your hands properly afterwards. I've taken all my rings off because I don't like it getting in the rings and stuff. If you really don't like it, wear some gloves or something, but it is best to use your hands to get it nice and mixed evenly together. I'll start off mixing it in the bowl. I might then take it out onto the chopping board just to make sure it's all mixed properly. Okay, so for skewering the koftas, the lamb koftas we made, I've just divided out the lamb, and I'm going to compact it in my hands and roll it into a thin sausage like shape. Use your hands to help shape it, and then I am going to put the skewer through, just like that. I'm going to do them for all of them.